7-point lead again for Denver, 26-16. 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Timeout will come at the next whistle. High left side is Highland. Highland behind him goes Sunu 3. That jumper's good.
And Tim Hardaway and Bruce Brown again up there in these switches. One guy goes to the other and there's no one to switch back.
7-point lead now for Denver. Jokic has it on the high right side. Picks up his dribble. In the paint, Hardaway. Easy layup, good. Nicely done. Nuggets lead down to 9, 28-19. And here comes Highland. Highland has it, top of the key over to Naz Reid. Naz Reid in the arc, back over to 2. Highland for 3. Jumpers off the back of the rim and no go. Foul called on the rebound, whistled against Rudy Gobert. And there's a timeout on the floor. 2:25 left to go in the first quarter. Hey, KJ, before we take a commercial break, let's pause 10 seconds for legal ID on the Altitude Sports Radio Network. By the way, Tim Hardaway laying on his back with his left knee up in the air. Now he's being helped up by the Nuggets training staff. Looks like he's going to be okay. We're back in a moment on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Basketball, Denver, Minnesota, on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Hey, Nuggets fans, test your knowledge with Nuggets playoff trivia. I'd win every one of these contests, by the way. For a chance to win exclusive Nuggets merchandise, visit nuggets.media/playoff trivia to play now and enter for your chance to win. Are we allowed to play that, or does Kroenke own that too? You know what I mean?
Well, the NBA thinks.
Free throw number 1 by Jokic is up and in.
How about up by 10 points. Shooting the ball good, 11-17, but just 2 of 6. Still not shooting a 3. Minnesota, the only reason they're still in touch right now, they're 5 of 10 from the 3-point line.
And 2 of those were from Randall. Second free throw by Jokic won't go, and the rebound comes down to Naz Reid. Outlet pass off over to Conley. Conley has it at the midcourt circle against Strother. High left side over to Gobert. Back over to Conley. Strother runs into a screen. That's going to be a foul called on Julian Strother trying to fight through it.
You don't grab the waist and try to pull around it. You go under or step over the top, slide through it.
Do they just not teach defense at Gonzaga? Is that what it is? Here we go. Inbound goes over to Reed. Throws it on the right. I mean, it's basic stuff. Over to Highland. Highland has it in the corner. Back out on top over to Reed. Throws it away. Loose ball comes down to Bruce Brown. It's a 4-on-1. Cam Johnson 3. Short, no good. Rebound comes down to Gobert.
Make a 3 here.
Outlet pass off over to Conley. Less than 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Conley goes to the left hand. Now back to the right. He beats Strother. Layup good. It's just a head scratcher. Here comes Bruce Brown the other way. Brown has it, top of the key over to Jokic, hands it off over to Brown, back on top to Cam Johnson, turns the corner through the window, Jokic floater, no good.
See those little touches he's been missing.
Outlet pass off over to Highland, that's going to be a foul on Bruce Brown.
That should be in the bonus, right? Nope, not yet. Just the 4th, first in the last 2 minutes. I'm okay with that foul.
Yeah. Did you see that?
Yeah, he just threw an elbow, hit Bruce, and
100%.
Kind of for the officials looking right at him, doesn't say anything.
100%. Highlands just threw an elbow right in the chest of Bruce Brown. Inbound goes over to Highland, top of the key. He goes to the left hand, throws it off over to Slow-Mo, and around the horn to Naz Reid for 3. Jumper's good.
And the 3 ball keeping him in.
Yep, Nugget lead down to 5, 29-24. High right side is Jokic. Jokic goes to the left hand, right side over to Hardaway for 3. Good, got it right back. Denver back in the lead by 8. Here comes Conley. Conley goes to the left hand, gets a pick from Gobert, turns the corner, little floaters on the way and in for Mike Conley.
He's just taking advantage of a less experienced defensive player.
Less than a minute to go now in the first quarter. Jokic has it at the midcourt circle. Right side over to Bruce Brown. Has the ball deflected. He gets it back. Throws it back over to Jokic. And a 3. Short, no good. Rebound down to Kyle Anderson. That was a 2-for-1 for Joker, by the way. Anderson has it in the low block. Throws it in the paint. Throws it away. Loose ball, Jokic. Front court, Bruce Brown. Layup. Good! Denver back in the lead by 8, 34-26. And now the shot clock turned off, and the Minnesota Timberwolves will go for 1. Left side of the midcourt circle is Highland. He throws on top over to Naz Reid. Reid dribble handoff to Anderson. Back over to Highland for 3. Jumper's nothing but net. That was a deep 3, too.
7 of 12 from the 3-point line for Minnesota, and just a 5-point lead, and that's why Denver 3 of 9.
4.6 seconds left here for Denver. And here we go. Inbound goes over to Jokic. Jokic from half court. Nope, throws out of it to Hardaway for 3. Missed it at the horn. So Denver could have been a lot better for the Nuggets, but Minnesota's making way too many 3-pointers. As Scotty pointed out, Denver leads it by 5 after 1. 34-29 Nuggets. Second quarter up next on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
IBEW Local 68, powering Colorado's future.
Denver Nuggets playoff basketball. Nuggets, Timberwolves on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Nuggets up 5 to
Good
start
to see y'all
the second quarter.
tonight.
Downstairs
Late
we go.
night creeping.
Katie Wingy.
All right, guys, David Adelman told his team that was a good quarter. The one area they want to improve defensively is be better with the personnel. For example, Bones Highland, 4-point line shooter. Can't allow him to get the looks he's been getting.
True that. Tyus Jones into the game now for Denver. He throws it on the high left side over to Bruce Brown, hands it off over to Murray. Offensive foul whistled against Valanciunas.
And David Adelman is getting all over Brett Barnick. He says, you let Gobert stick a shoulder in
Probably
and get
couldn't hear
everybody.
me,
Val
but
comes in
this is a
1
lot
minute,
better.
and boom, calls.
What's up?
Kyle Anderson on the high left side over to Naz Reid, down low to Randall. Knocked out of his hands and out of bounds, and that'll be a foul on Spencer Jones. Boy, this escalated in a hurry. 2 fouls on Denver in 20 seconds.
Well, that's what happened in game 3. Remember, the second unit came in to start the quarter and just foul right away.
How's that free throws?
He's head faking. Maybe he's going up. Should be second on Spencer. Nope, make it first.
Free throw number 1 for Randall's on the way, and that one is up and in. Free throws tonight powered by your favorite appliance store, Mountain High Appliance. 5 locations across Colorado. Visit mountainhighappliance.com. Second free throw's on the way, and that one is up and in. And the Nugget lead is down to 3, 34-31. Here's Jamal Murray for Denver. Murray gets it across the timeline, top of the key to Valanciunas, back over to Murray. Now over to Ty Jones, back over to Murray. Murray throws it off over to Valanciunas. He drives in on Randall at the mid-post. He gets in the paint.
And a good flop by Randall. They're going to call an offensive foul on Valanciunas. He's got the left elbow up a little high. But a good head fake and way to fall for it.
Kyle Anderson on the left side over to Naz Reid. Throws it off on the elbow over to Randall. Randall in the paint to Kyle Anderson. Jump shots on the way and in.
And there's the lead.
Nugget lead down to 1, 34-33. Here comes Tyus Jones. And that's going to be a foul on Dosunmu. So, Scotty, what's the theory here on playing Ty Jones?
Try to get Murray off ball so that you can do more down screens on McDaniels instead of him just being as an on-ball defender.
Top of the key to Valanciunas on the inbound. Hands it off over to Murray. Murray behind him. Wide open 3. Spencer Jones. Jumpers off the back of the rim and no good. Now a bucket here. Minnesota's in the lead. McDaniels in the paint. Throws back behind him over to Anderson. Anderson through the window over to Randall. Back over to Anderson. Right side to Dosunmu. And then McDaniels bobbled the pass. Loose ball. Ty Jones leans in. Layup good.
Right place, right time. Good heads-up play by Tyus.
36-33. Nuggets back in the lead by 3. McDaniels has it on the right side. Offensive foul on Julius Randle. Illegal pick.
Well, once you set it up and cause that one screening foul on Valanciunas, you've got to be more particular to watch for it.
Denver basketball on the side here. Inbound goes over to Ty Jones. Jones has it right side of the midcourt circle. Gets a high pick from Valanciunas. Driving a dish. Spencer leans in. Layup won't go. You got to finish that, Spencer.
Defense. Come on, Spence.
Oh my God, that's a third one in the quarter on Denver.
Instead of dunking, he just goes up. He double clutches it. A little nervous and just shorts it.
You just can't have those mistakes. At the midcourt circle is Kyle. You're going to get these guys in the free throw bonus here. Not even 5 minutes into the quarter. Jump shot won't go. Rebound comes down to Murray. Murray has it at the point. He's guarded by Kyle Anderson. Left side over to Ty Jones. Cross court now Spencer. Throws off over to Murray. Back over to Spencer. Down low Valanciunas. Layup blocked. That's going to be a travel call on Denver. And Spencer Jones again.
Well, a lot of contact body. Spencer Jones got hit in the chest, knocked down. You know, hey, if you're gonna make a mistake, make it big and going hard.
Dosumnu has it top of the key over to Naz Reid. Throws it off on the high right side over to Randall. Back over to Reid. Reid, little floater in the paint. That one's up and in.
Well, you can take a charge right there and you kind of bail out of it.
36-35. Denver lead back down to 1. Ty Jones has it. Top of the key over to Murray. Murray back over to Jones. Jones goes to the left hand, takes a jumper. That one's short, no good. Rebound down to Reid, throws it away right over to Bruce Brown, but there's still 2 defenders back. Gets it off over to Murray, back over to Bruce Brown. Back over to Murray at the midcourt circle. In the paint, Valanciunas. He gets fouled on the pass, I believe on Randall or Anderson. Take your pick, it's going to be on Randall.
Good anticipation for Bruce to get that possession back.
And Denver basketball on the side here. And Bruce Brown will trigger it in here for the Denver Nuggets. Inbound goes over to Murray, back over to Brown, back over to Murray. Murray gets a pick from Brown, doesn't use it. Now he's guarded by Kyle Anderson. Goes to the right hand, baseline jumper, good. Nice. 38-35, Nuggets lead it by 3.
So Valanciunas putting a few elbows on people down on the glass.
I know. Naz Reid throws it back out on top over to Randall. Top of the key over to Anderson. And a 3 for Randall. That one won't go. Rebound Anderson. In the paint over to Randall. Leans in. Layup reverse side. No good. Foul on Denver.
This will be on Valanciunas. But again, another offensive rebound. You're playing kind of 2 points and with 3 point guards and 2 bigs. Guards have got to be active. I know they're trying to rest in there. They need to be active on that defensive glass. As you said earlier, can get out and run a little bit.
Free throw number 1 by Randall goes up and in, and he'll have one more. Second free throw coming up here for Julius Randle. And that one's good. And the Nugget lead down to a point, 38-37. And here comes Ty Jones. Jones has it on the high right side. He goes back over to the left hand through the window to Valanciunas. He's in the paint. Little bank shots up and in. Tell you what, Scotty, I don't know what his numbers are, but I like Ty Jones. I mean, I think he's a factor.
Yeah, former rookie of the year in this league, so I mean, there's times.
Dosumnu has it at the wing. I mean, I know he's a smaller player. Jump shots on the way. That one misses. Rebound comes down to Murray. Murray has it up the left sideline over to Bruce Brown. Brown working against Naz Reid. Goes to the right hand. 8-foot floater. No good. Tipped by Valanciunas. Won't go. Rebound down to Dosumnu. Outlet pass McDaniels. Throws it away again. Loose ball over to Murray. Outlet pass off over to Ty Jones. In the corner, Bruce Brown 3. Nope, missed it. Dunked home on the cleanup by Valanciunas.
Ty Jones has never been rookie of the year.
42-37. And back the other way comes Dosumnu. Left side of the midcourt circle. Top of the key over to Reid. Reid drives in on Valanciunas. Lost his footing. Throws it out on top over to Randall. Randall guarded by Spencer Jones. Right side now, catch and go Anderson. Reid in the corner for 3. Jumpers up
Another
and in.
3, right?
Yep.
Just can't get anything going. They're doing a good job clogging the lane, and then Minnesota, boom, hits another 3.
42-40. Nuggets lead it by 2. Less than 7 minutes to go now in the first half. Ty Jones over to Jamal Murray. Throws it off over to Valanciunas. One-on-one with Julius Randle. He gets in the paint. He flopped. Jumper good. And then he just mean mugs Randle. Like, get your tail end up, young man.
It's what a lot of people have been clamoring for, and Valanciunas breathing hard.
Top of the key is Kyle Anderson. Alley-oop and a dunk, 2 hands. Jaden McDaniels.
And Jamal Murray raised his hands. He, again, get a little gas, and I think that's why David called the timeout.
So Adelman calls a timeout. More than likely, we'll see Jokic back on the floor when we come back in the moment. Nuggets lead it by 2 on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Playoff Basketball. Denver, Minnesota on the Altitude Sports Radio Network.
Nuggets seeded by 2. We're in the second quarter. Here's Katie Wingy.
It was a defensive-focused huddle right there. Jamal Murray telling his guys, we got to stay home better defensively. We're over-helping a little bit too much. Wants them to limit threes and give more on defense. Head coach David Adelman added, we have to do a better job of keeping players in front.
Points for him. Just dribble the clock out.
Bingo.
I mean, it would be
Problem
as simple
solved.
as that, David Adelman.
Now we've got an offensive foul
Bruce
right
Brown
out
again.
of the timeout. Bruce Brown at the offensive end. Well, Denver has not helped themselves. They now have 5 turnovers in this game. And again, the Wolves' three-point shooting, 8 of 16, while Denver's 3 of 12. Wolves have been the better offensive team in this series. They've won 3 in a row. Io down the lane, floater off the rim, no. That would have tied the game. Right wing Jokic tried to force feed it inside, stolen by Rudy Butte. He reached out the left leg and gets called for a kick.
When Joker brings the ball up the floor like that, they're setting back screens on Rudy Gobert almost every single time. Bruce Brown set the back screen. That time Rudy actually stayed with him and almost intercepted that pass.
Tyus Jones remains on the floor off the Jokic screen, right of the lane, drops it back out. Jokic pops on a 3, off front rim, no. He's 0 for 2 from distance tonight, and the drought continues from long range. Now 5 for 29 in the series. Bones moves it left side. Here's Julius Randle, spins on Spencer Jones. Gets 1 foot in the paint. Now pump fakes, rises up, gets the shot block. Terrific defense. Jones may have taken some contact there.
I mean, these guys going to get back on defense or what? I mean, what's going on here?
Cam Johnson off to Bruce Brown. Now Tyus Jones will set up the offense. Now it's 5 on 5. 8 to shoot. Jokic against McDaniel. Spot Spencer Jones, left corner. 3 balls good. Right in front of the Wolves bench. The 4th triple of the night for Denver. They lead by 5. Jaden McDaniels off the Gobert screen. Jaden runs it up mid-post. Tough shot. It popped out. Jokic the rebound. Got it knocked away as he comes up the floor. May have gotten away with a travel. Sets up Bruce Brown to the cup, and he'll finish with a right-handed flush. 49-42.
Minnesota's defensive transition.
Buckets.
Been good here.
Buckets.
This sounds a lot better.
Up top, Julius Randle. Now Rudy with a touch. Everything beyond the arc here. 10 to shoot. Here's Bones off the Rudy screen. Drives on Jokic. Got by him. Lost it out of bounds as Bones goes tumbling to the deck. And Bones says he was tripped, but the Wolves do not have a challenge remaining as he was making the signal for the bench to challenge it. That's a positive stint for Tyus Jones. How about that, Jim? I mean, you and I are the biggest Tyus Jones supporters. Yes. I'm surprised he didn't play a bigger role when he came in. You know, he's played on his 3rd team this year, but all this guy does is help you win games.
He's like Mike Conley.
Absolutely.
He's the last of a dying breed of classic point guards in this league.
Jokic with it left side. He's matched up against Gobert. Free throw line. Pounds the dribble. Spins. Floats it up and hits it. 10 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds, 7-0 Denver run. They lead by 9. Just over 4 to go here in the first half. Randle bumped, spots Rudy. The free throw line, takes 1 dribble, gets to the cup, missed the shot short. Jokic leading the break as he rumbles up the floor. Off to Brown, down the lane, lost it out of bounds. And it's going to be Timberwolves basketball.
Boy, Minnesota's missed some shots here that they typically make. The Io floater has been money. Jaden McDaniels misses a shot, 8-10 feet away from the rim, which is one of his money shots, and then Rudy Gobert mishandles that basketball at the rim.
Mike Conley's back on the floor to settle things down at the offensive end.
Yeah.
Wolves have actually shot 50% when they're not turning it over. Conley sets up Randle inside, and he lays it over the cup for 2. Julius nearly lost control of that, but got it back. Wasn't able to flush it like he wanted, but got the 2 points. Here's Jokic to a cutting Spencer Jones inside. The layup is good. 53-44. Jokic jumps a pass on the wing, and it's out of bounds. It'll be Timberwolves basketball.
Jamal Murray's going to come back. He's played 14 minutes here in the first half.
Rudy's got it up top. They'll dribble to the right side. Out to Bones, 13 on the shot clock. He'll use the Rudy screen into the paint. Low feed to Io in the corner. Back to Bones. He'll fire on the triple and hit. Bones Highland is 3 of 4 from long range. Timberwolves hanging around, down 2 possessions. That snaps the Denver 7-0 run. Murray with it up top, guarded by Conley. And tries to move on Mike, and a whistle and a foul.
It's going to be the 14th foul on Minnesota. It's going to be side out here for Denver. 13th foul, excuse me.
The Wolves have one more to give here over the final 3:06. Christian Brown back in. Off of Murray, uses that screen, pops on a deep 3. Rudy Gobert, the rebounds. Jamal Murray's been good in first half, shooting 46%. In second halves, 29% in this series. Highland backs it out against Spencer Jones. 2:45 to go in the quarter. Likes the matchup. Bones between the legs. Left-handed dribble, top of the key. Bounce it to Randall. Julius, 3 to shoot. Now with 2. Bangs with Brown. Gets in the paint. Runs up the shot. It's in and out at the buzzer. The rebound kept alive by Jaden. He dives for the 4. He's got it. What a play. Julius Randall with it in the lane. Out to Jaden. In the corner. Lines up the 3. He missed it. And the rebound to Spencer Jones. That would have been large. And more relief than anything from this crowd, because they know Jaden McDaniels has owned the Nuggets in this series, and now Christian Brown called for an offensive foul. And Chris Finch is hot about something. Thinks maybe there should have been a little something more in that. Was that a cheap shot by Brown on Jaden McDaniels?
It looked like one to me. It was a pretty hard back screen that time on Jaden.
Interesting. Timeout on the floor. 2:15 left to go in the first half. Nuggets by 6, 53-47. We'll step aside on the Timberwolves Radio Network.
It over to Dez. Levert checking him. Wendell comes, sets the screen. Dez doesn't use it. Now he will. Rolls right. He's going to pull a 3 off the bounce. He banged it in! He banged it in! He called it. I heard it from up here. Woo! Kapaya! 92-86. Good guys. With a $1:16 to go. Timeout, Detroit.
Banks are open late in Orlando tonight. Bane and the Magic get a 94-88 victory. They now have a 3-1 lead over the top-seeded Pistons, just the 6th 8th seed in history to have a 3-1 lead in their first-round series. 4 of those last 5 teams have successfully advanced to the second round. Let's get you back to Ball Arena. Alan Horton and Jim Peterson.
All right, Cal, thank you very much. Tonight marks the 99th playoff game in Timberwolves franchise history. And the Wolves' hope number 100 is coming in a second-round matchup. They can accomplish that with a win tonight against the Denver Nuggets. This is also the 175th meeting all-time against Denver, regular season and postseason. Wolves have played the Nuggets more frequently than any other team in the NBA. Also, 47th game for Chris Finch coaching the Timberwolves in the postseason. That ties him with Flip Saunders for most games coached in Timberwolves playoff franchise history. Wolves out of the timeout. They've got the ball. Oh, we've got some effects. Conley off the Gobert screen. Down the lane. Splits two. Out to McDaniels. Hesitates. Now drives baseline. Pulls up. Off glass. Count it.
Bucket. Hey, I'm not quite sure why the scores aren't updating. Internet's been going kind of crazy. The weather's been bad, but at some point it will update. I apologize about that. The score at the bottom of the screen is accurate.
Mike just never ceases to amaze the way that he's able to compete. He just is always game ready, always making little plays just like that.
Christian Brown takes the inbound, looks left, Cam Johnson with it, takes a run to the rim and got the layup. We've got a step on Bones Highland there, and Cam Johnson connects. He's been quiet in this series, averaging just 10 points, shooting 44%.
This is the best game he's played, though.
He's been a disaster from the three-point line against the Wolves now in this regular season and postseason. Of course, he only played 2 regular season games, but 5 for 25 from deep heading into tonight. Bones pulls up on a difficult 3, missed it long. Spencer Jones the rebound. Jokic, little point center coming up the floor, surveys the scene. Hands off to Cam Johnson, around the Jokic screen, drives in, runs it up off glass and hits. Oh, Cam Johnson, 2 more. He's got 11 on 5 of 7 shooting. Denver, plus 18 in the paint. The Wolves, over the first 4 games, were plus 18 per game in the paint against this Denver team. Now the Nuggets have flipped the script.
Yeah, between the painted area and the fast break points, Denver getting way more easy baskets than Minnesota has in this game. 10-0 advantage in fast break points.
Wolves have not been able to get Ayo Dosunmu going.
I'm gonna blame it on the app, but at least we have the audio till the score comes in.
For the final 50.3, Bones will sit.
He's been seeing a lot of Anthony Edwards type coverage here in this
game. He's getting a different treatment, I think, than the last couple of games. He's earned the attention of David Adelman and the coaching staff. 15 to shoot, crossing the timeline. Murray off the Hardaway screen. Murray stops, still got McDaniels on him. Swings it right side, Hardaway drives, kicks back out. Here's Jokic, rumbles into the paint, floats it up with the right hand. It's short. Rebound tapped out by Jokic, but right to Mike Conley. Wolves are down by 8. They've got it here. Mike Conley with it just inside of midcourt. 5-second differential, game clock and shot clock. Now McDaniels with it, off the Gobert screen. Jaden hears the boos. He pulls up on a 15-footer and sticks it to this crowd. 57-51, thriving off the negativity. 6 points, couple of rebounds for Jaden after the early foul difficulty. Here's Cam Johnson, 5 seconds to go in the half. Against Ayo Dosunmu, back out to Jokic. Got a fire deep 3 straight away. Oh, he hit it with 4/10 of a second left to go in the first half. 3/4 court heave by Ayo, no. And halftime comes and Denver's up by 9, 60-51. How good has Denver been at the end of halves? We got the Jamal Murray half-court heave. Was that in game 1? And then Jokic with a defender right on him, buries it from 35 feet out. Denver closes 16-9 to end the half. 60-51 at the break. Cal Soderquist anchors your halftime coverage next all across the Minnesota Timberwolves radio network.
I think I'm going to reboot the computer and see what happens since it's halftime. Because nothing, the internet has been running slow, but I'm sitting here hitting the refresh button, and it has been dragging ass, but now the scores won't even change. Halftime. See if I can get it going again. I'm going to restart everything. If nothing else, see you tomorrow, but we're going to try to get this going. I hate when everything is dragging slow like this, though. We did have some bad storms in Dallas, I'm not going to lie. They just kind of sort of passed over, but let's see what happens.
Offer valid one time for 2 days after the Timberwolves score 11 threes through 6/30/26 at participating McDonald's. Excludes tax, must opt into rewards.
Wolves fans, this is playoff basketball. Every move matters, so why leave your fit to chance? And Trade Home Shoes, our in-store real fit experience, helps take the guesswork out of comfort. How? 3D foot scan, personalized fitting, expert advice just for you. With top brands like New Balance, Hoka, On, Birkenstock, Rival, and more. Trade Home Shoes' real fit experience makes all the difference when every game and every step matters.